This business knowledge template will demonstrate how to build a product. In this case specifically we're looking at the skateboard design. So we'll look at an example of how to integrate a user interface, how the part can be sized, and also how we can make selections, different selections for the wheels. Before we look at the actual execution of the application, we'll look at some of the process steps. So these are the 4 basic process steps. We're going to display a user interface, and we're going to insert the board, then we're going to insert the trucks or the axles, and then finally we'll insert some wheels. We enter the skateboard workbench, and to apply the workbench I'll pick the finger pointer, pick skateboard, and then pick the product. Now that we have typed the product, we can right click here. We'll display the graphic user interface, we'll make some modifications. We're going to create a unique board that will be generated on the fly based on some template parts. So now that we've modified the user interface, some values in the user interface, we'll insert the board. Okay, the values from the board come from the modifications we just made from the user interface, and you might notice that this constraint was built on the fly. All the constraints and all the parts are dynamically constructed as they're inserted into the product. So the next step is we'll insert the trucks or the axles. So you can see that these constraints were also built on the fly, and you can see what the axle looks like mounted to the board. The next step is to insert some wheels, and I have some options for wheels. So there's different ways that we could have made the options pickable. I could have made a unique user interface, but what I'm choosing to do here is just use the native catalog, and I can select between this wheel template and wheel template 2. So for this example I'll do wheel template 2. So you can see the wheels being instantiated, and then finally the assembly constraints. Put them in place. You can see what the results of those look like. So this is the first wheel option. I'll look at the second wheel option. So to do that, I'm just going to delete these constraints, and then I'm going to delete the wheels. And now I'll run that step again, insert wheel, but this time I'm going to select the other template. I'm going to select wheel template 2. So again, the wheels are first instantiated, and then the constraints are built. So we can see this is a little bit different wheel design. So that's a way that we can evaluate different products. In fact, if we minimize this one, I can go ahead and just build another product based on the same steps, but maybe different size. So again, we enter the skateboard workbench, and we apply the skateboard type, go to the user interface. The last board we made was 750, this will be 850, and I'll make it extra wide, even maybe 300 wide. Then we'll insert the board, we'll insert the trucks, we'll select the wheels, and then we can compare the two products. Okay, so I think we have two very different products here.